Imagine every step you take in business, in investment, in leadership. How often does it feel like you're walking alone on a tightrope stretched over uncertainty? The risk is real, the stakes are sky high, and the promise of freedom they sold you feels more like chains dressed up in fancy words. You're told to build, to grow, to innovate. Yet who truly stands beside you when the storms come? When markets implode, when trust shatters, when opportunities slip through your fingers like sand? The brutal truth is, most partners vanish when the heat rises. They get scared, they fold, and you're left to pick up the pieces, questioning if everything you poured your sweat and soul into was ever worth it. But what if there was a different kind of partner waiting for you? One not driven by fleeting quarterly reports or ego-driven headlines. One born to play the long game, to anchor your vision through decades, not just months or years. Imagine a partner who sees the future through a lens beyond profit, beyond trends, beyond noise. A partner who understands that real power lives in patience, persistence, and relentless alignment with your core mission. Family offices are exactly that. They aren't just about managing wealth or writing checks. They're about stewardship, holding space for greatness to unfold at a natural pace, away from the distractions that poison so many journeys. Family offices don't chase hype, they cultivate legacy. They have the courage, the rare, unyielding courage, to commit not for the next quarter, but for the next generation. Their strength is their silence, their endurance their power, their presence a promise that your dreams won't outpace their support. You might be thinking, why family offices? They're old-fashioned, slow, maybe even outdated. But the truth is brutally different. This old guard is evolving quietly but fiercely into the ultimate allies for founders and investors who refuse to be rushed, diluted, or forgotten. Family offices understand one unbreakable principle. The world values time more than money, because time is the fabric from which extraordinary legacies are woven. And no investor or partner fully grasping this will ever let you run alone. Here's the raw core. When you partner with the right family office, you unlock a type of collaboration that transcends contracts, numbers, and metrics. Suddenly, failure is just a pause, not a full stop. Suddenly, ambition has a runway long enough to rise above the noise, the doubt, the death by distraction. Suddenly, you are part of a continuum of trust and belief that stretches beyond what any Wall Street chart or social media trend could promise. A family office knows your vision is not just a business. It's your life's work, your rebellion, your message to the world. And they're invested in protecting that fire, no matter how wild it burns. But this kind of partnership does not come cheap. Not in money, not in energy. It demands truth, vulnerability, and ruthless clarity about what really matters. Family offices are not interested in flashy pitches or empty promises. They demand alignment to your values, your risks, your pace, your soul. Because for them, it's not about being a client, it's about becoming an extension of a shared legacy. They become a network, a fortress, that lets the exceptional break free from the ordinary traps the world sets. They offer you not just capital, but continuity. Not just advice, but absolute allegiance to your cause. Think about the world we live in now, a world flooded with noise, diluted signals, and fleeting loyalties. People are sold the illusion of freedom, but trapped in convenience disguised as choice. Mediocrity masquerades as standard, and the radical, the rare, the truly original get stuck on the margins, misunderstood and isolated. If you feel that itch, the one that no mainstream system can satisfy, the longing to rewrite the rules rather than play by them, then know this. Family offices are the missing infrastructure for those who refuse to settle. This is where the real rebellion begins, not against the system, but against the idea that you must conform to it to succeed. Partnering with a family office is a radical act because it rewires the way you build and scale. It anchors you in the deep waters where true innovation breathes, where patience turns into endurance, and where consistent value-based growth reshapes entire industries. These are the partners who will weather your storms with you when everyone else runs, who will defend your dream not because of spreadsheets or pressures, but because your mission resonates with their own soul. When the world demands speed, family offices offer you the power of patience. When society tries to cage brilliance in standardized boxes, they provide a sanctuary for individuality to soar. When your peers chase flashes of fleeting attention, they stand unwavering, building slow, deliberate wealth of impact and influence that no crisis can erode. If you've been broken by short-term thinking, burned by investors who wanted quick wins and nothing more, then this is your call to change the game, forever. Imagine finally aligning with a partner who respects your rhythm, who understands that extraordinary takes time, who backs not just your business, but your vision of a different future. Because family offices don't just inject resources, they inject trust, balance, and a rare kind of commitment that transforms your highest ambitions into an unshakable reality. This is not about compliance. It's about sovereignty. Being your own master in a world that sells illusions of control, but fears the real power of independence. Family offices exist at the edge, where the few who reject convenience and conformity dare to become more. They are the allies of those who would rather walk through fire than live diminished. They are the living network that holds the flame when the crowd fades into darkness. No one else offers this kind of partnership. No fund, no accelerator, no venture capitalist can match the deep, quiet, relentless commitment of a family office truly aligned with your vision. It's a partnership built from respect for your radical individuality, a respect so profound it becomes the foundation for growth untouchable by external chaos. So if there is that tension inside, a deep and restless knowing that something about the ordinary just won't cut it anymore, that whisper saying you were made for something bigger, more enduring, more real, listen to it. Because family offices exist for exactly this moment. To be the unshakable base from which you create the future, not just the next deal, but a legacy that endures beyond borders, beyond lifetimes. This is the alliance the world forgot to offer the exceptional. A place where misaligned brilliance finds unity, where isolation becomes connection, where the misunderstood gain the fierce support needed to break through every ceiling. It's no longer about fitting into a system that's rigged for the mediocre. It's about building a new one, starting now, with partners who believe in eternal persistence, who choose quality over quantity, essence over noise, and depth over superficial flash. Your vision deserves that. Your ambition demands it. And if you're ready to stop settling for short bursts of applause and instead cultivate a lifetime of impact, then finding the right family office partner might just change everything. Because true power is patient, and true freedom is forged through unbreakable alliance. Don't let the world's illusions sidetrack you any longer. The rare are not missing, they're just waiting to connect, to align, to ignite. Family offices are the secret architecture of that connection, the pulse beneath the surface that makes extraordinary possible. And now, it's your turn to be part of that lineage. The turn to rise is here. The right partnership can illuminate the path and keep the fire blazing long after every competitor has burned out and faded into oblivion. This is not just a financial decision. This is a revolution of becoming. It's time to find the partner who sees you not as a deal, but as destiny. The one who will stand with you in the endless chase of what's next and never let go. Because family offices are not just behind you. They are the power beneath your wings. And when you finally grasp that, nothing will ever feel impossible again.